Welcome to Transfer Business and News with Ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, and Poku-Hitzfield. It's a lovely Wednesday morning. Today is 31st May 2023, our year of grace, power, and abundance. Now, I'm sending love to everybody across this beautiful continent called Africa, from Maputo, Windhoek, Kampala, Harare, Lusaka, Gaborone, Tunis, Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Abuja, Freetown, Lomé, the beautiful city of Accra. Wherever you find yourself on this beautiful continent, welcome to Transfer Business and News. Now, today we are talking about stats, right? Manchester United ended the season in third place. We've won the Carabao Cup, and we are in the finals of the FA Cup against Manchester City. Now, we've ended it, but then we need to look at certain stats where we were good at, the places or the areas we were good at, and where we failed to do or to achieve the ultimate, right? So that is what we'll be doing today. Now, how did Vegas miss the chance against Fulham? How did he miss it? Man, Vegas, he's been a wonderful servant in these few months for Manchester United. But the fact is that Chatis, Chema Utrimantis, shout outs to Osei Chrome Sikeni, man. I just played his music before I started the show, man. And I love the Kweku Smoke part, right? That bass. I love it a lot. So shout outs to every musician in Ghana. What can I say? Shout out, and much love from the Ordained Crown Prince to everybody, man. Every Ghanaian watching me today, remember Africa's unity is upon us. It is in your lifetime that you are going to see a good Africa, because our forefathers have sent us in so many ways. The black consciousness is on black people like never before. And so it is in our lifetime. So I wake up with optimism. I wake up looking forward to the next day and asking God, is this the day? Is this the day? Because I've seen it. It is right here. Black Sheriff said, my mystery box is somewhere very near. I feel it inside me. I'm feeling very weird. Something where I had a chase for years back in the days. If you told me that I would see this flag waving, I would believe you. No, cause how far could I go? Yeah, I'm too close and I can feel it. Something is vibrating inside me. I'm celebrating, but outside they kill me. Hey, I love Black Sheriff. My anxiety, my inferiority. What? Them are they kill me. Oh, soldier. Stand and beat your chest. They come. So that is Black Sheriff Soldier. That was just by the way. I was talking about Vegas, man. And I can't believe that he missed that chance late into the game against Fulham. And of course, the season is right at its end. After Sunday, I don't think we have any more matches. But then the Glazers are still holding on to Manchester United. Now, you see, even this takeover is similar to a transfer market under the Glazers. They will take the fun out of everything. They are not proactive in decision making. You announced way back last year, around September, that you are selling Manchester United. We all know you shouldn't be here even by now. Should be gone, to give the new regime time to implement their own systems, their own people. But yet, here we are, one game to go. Erik ten Hag does not know who the owners will be. This is the Glazer family in a nutshell, and this is the Glazer ownership in a nutshell. We want them gone. We want them gone out of this club. And we don't want them associated with anything Manchester United anymore. Because Even in decision making, it is always reactive, not proactive. Something needs to happen before they react to it. In the transfer market, Moises Caicedo, 4 million. This boy was supposed to be here. No, we would rather go and buy Donny van de Beek. This is it. Erling Haaland, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saying, we need 4 million for Erling Haaland. He kept telling Manchester United, this is the best he has ever seen. Give us 4 million. Let us give you Haaland. No, Manchester United would rather wait and chase Jadon Sancho for 2 years and buy him for 75. You see the proactiveness. The club is run by people who don't know football. So what do you expect? Bankers. What do they know about football? They can't spot a talent. So when you come on the live, please tap the screen. Let us get the likes to 10K today, man. Today we are talking stats about Manchester United and where we fall short. And of course, Marcus Rashford won the Players' Player of the Year and also won the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year. The first Manchester United graduate, academy graduate, to achieve this since Ryan Giggs in 1998. And when you look at the number of academy players that have played since 1998, it is a great achievement. David Beckham, right? You look at all the academy players, not to have won something like that, you are like, okay, this is a great achievement that Marcus Rashford has conquered. Now, from last season to this season, we've seen a different Marcus Rashford. Everything starts and ends with the mind. Know who you are, and you are going to achieve whatever you want to do on this earth. It is just a day at a time. You just keep waiting. You just keep wanting. Never stop wishing. Because the day you give up on your own dreams is the day it's like you have decided to end it. And it will end for you. But then keep on dreaming and keep on working hard. It will get to a time, right? Nature has a way of rewarding us in so many ways. Let us stop thinking about how we will get there. Let us think about the end product. Because we know who we are now as Black people. We know how powerful we are. We know that all we needed to do is connect to who we are. Now, you probably watching me right now. It may have taken over 1 million of your ancestors to live for you to live to watch me today, 31st May 2023. Think about it. How many people had to live throughout history for you to be here? Maybe you might be 30 years, you might be 25, you may be 40, you may be in your golden ages, 70, right? Think about the number of people that had to live for you to be here. So if somebody tells you to ignore all these people that made you you, and rather honor their ancestors, you should know and think about it clearly. It is like, that is why everything Black means bad. In the English language, Black sheep, Black signifies doom, Black Friday, Black magic. Why do they call our worship Black magic? As a matter of fact, every Black person should at least, yes, it is Black magic. We like it because we are Black people. Now, everything Black is bad. How did we allow ourselves as Africans, as Black people, to hate ourselves so much that we teach a foreign language to our own children? We bleach our skin to look different when you are the most dominant species on earth, when you are the most popular species on earth. My name is Obonkumenkuma Nananochi Bediako-Poku. You can simply call me Nana Poku-Hitzfield. It's been a pleasure having you always. Today is 31st May. This May, so many good things came in my life, and I thank God for it. So, ending May, oh man, today, May has been good. I'm hoping July will be great and greater because Roman also hizo in India. Siempre un paso a la vez. Rome was not built in a day. It is always a day at a time, a step at a time, a moment at a time. We know that whatever we see in our visions will come to pass. Africa's unity will come to pass. Everything that I have seen, everything that the Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the Marcus Garveys, the Malcolm X's started, this is the time we are entering that phase. We are already in it because the Black consciousness is bigger than never before. It has never been this big. Now we know who we are. We know we are the dominant species. If you don't believe me, get me 3 white women and I'll give birth to Black babies for you. We know the white gene is recessive. We know it. We are scientists. We know it now, right? So I think Caucasians, this is it. Come on. This is an advice. Now, if you have problems with your skin when you go to the sun, what you need to do is marry somebody who is a bit darker than you. And you are going to eradicate that problem for your children. Your children will have the same skin diseases. Because white people need to put on a lot of things on their skin before they can go out. But Black people, we don't need that. As a matter of fact, there are people who haven't put pomade on their skin for like 10 years. Or no trotro niya or no open tema kochi ni trotro no. Afe no de lotion ekoguni body. You see. So we know who we are. We are coming for everything that belongs to us. The Black consciousness is bigger and better than ever before. We know that we've been here for a very long time. And we know that the power that we have as Black people, a day at a time, we are going to change this continent. In you and I, our lifetime as Black people. What I see, you will be amazed that we did this for ourselves. And it starts with the unity of Africa. Just like Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah started a long time ago. That is what we are saying it. That is the same thing PLO Lumumba is saying. That is what Wodemaya is saying. That is what Sarkodie is saying. Stoneboy is saying. Davido is saying. Trevor Noah is saying. All Black people want African unity. So what is left? The next AU meeting, they shouldn't go there and talk about anything than African unity. Because the Black consciousness know that we are the most populous in the world. So we have the biggest human resource. 1. We have the most natural resources too in the world. 2. It means we have the most people, which makes us rich. We have the natural resources to back it. That makes us more richer. So we know that in Africa, the map that has been drawn to the world for a very long time, we know Africa is more bigger than that. We know that just DRC, Norway can fit in DRC. We know that Sweden and Denmark all can fit in just the Democratic Republic of Congo. We know that. We know that USA, Brazil, Russia, China can fit in Africa. The land size. We know that. So now we know that we are the dominant species too. So this is the time that the Black person will look at his fellow Black man with respect. This is the time. Marcus Garvey said it. And I quote the great man. He says, a race that doesn't respect itself automatically forfeits the respect of other races. And that is where we are as Africans now. We haven't respected each other for a very long time. As a matter of fact, we would connive with another race to dupe our own brothers and sisters. It stops and it stops now. Africa's unity is upon us. Africa that I see, we will change the name Nigeria. Because we know Nigeria was a company name. Somebody's side chick gave the name Nigeria. No, the next generation of Nigerians now will want a different name. I know we have social media. In a United Africa, we can do so many things online, voting online, with our ID cards to prove authenticity. IT is here. We live in a world of technology. I know Nigerians want to change the name of that Nigeria. The youth, there will be, throw out names, vote on it. We will have systems like that, so that we call Nigeria something else. Why should we have Lake Victoria in Africa when we have Yaa Santua, when we have Queen Nani, when we have somebody like Oprah Winfrey? I would rather name Lake Victoria after Oprah Winfrey or Helen Johnson. That is who we need to be, respecting our own selves. We are kings and queens. Every African is a king. Every African is a queen. So why should we have systems that makes people earn more money than the other? Why should a teacher earn less than a politician just because we voted for him? Who made these systems? Why should farmers earn lesser than lawyers, when the most important job in this world is to eat? Because before a lawyer will go to the courtroom, can he go there on empty stomach for 10 days? Common sense. How did we allow ourselves to be manipulated like this as Africans? Right? So catch me this Friday. Today I said I'm doing only stats, but you see the ordained crown prince of Ghana in me. When I sit here, whatever I have decided to do, it takes over and tells the world what needs to be told. Catch me this Friday, right? The same time, 9 a.m. on Uncensored Friday. We will talk about the black man, his story, and my story. It is about time we start telling our own version of our own story. And it starts now. It starts with African unity. It starts with the same thing I'm saying now. That is the same thing Osadefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was saying. That was the same thing Gaddafi was saying. That is the same thing black people have always been saying. What is keeping us from finally taking that bold step? We should look ourselves in the mirror. How did we allow ourselves to be divided by the same people that enslaved our forefathers? Why have we forgotten the people that made us we? Do you know, maybe 10,000 years from now, there will be a child that will look probably just like you again from your lineage? Do you know that? Do you know that you might have probably come in a different time, the same you? Your nose may be your grandmother's, your eyes from your uncle. So we keep coming back. How did we disrespect our own selves like this? How? Why? As Africans, did we neglect who we are to please the same people that enslaved our forefathers? Now, when you go looking for the God they brought to Africa, he never existed until 1948. When you go to the places they say he came from, you ask them and they are like, who is he? But we teach this to our children. How did we allow ourselves to become these people as Africans? We need to look at each other. We need to take responsibility for what we have done to ourselves. And in this responsibility, we will know where we went wrong, where we need to be, and where we are going. It is estimated by 2050, Africa's population will be 2.5 billion. We are the most dominant races in the world. Let us start industrialization like never before. Let the farmer earn equally to the judge, because we are all here in the cycle of life Every work is important. Now look at a clock, for instance. The minute clock is not envious of the hour clock. The hour clock is not also envious of the second clock. They all work in unison to tell time. The hour clock is not envious that the second clock goes faster because it knows it will need to go 3,600 times before it will move. Everybody here is here for a reason. There is a reason that we don't have the same fingerprint as humans. Have you ever wondered? Look at the billions of people that have lived on earth and gone. None of us have the same fingerprint. It means we are here on a unique journey to do unique things for this beautiful country, for our continent, and for this world. Have you asked God, well, who are you? You need to know who you are first as a person, and then everything else changes. Okay, so let us talk about Manchester United. And stats and data are used a lot in football these days, right? And today we are going to look at a few stats, Manchester United stats. We'll compare it to other teams and see where we fell short, where we did well, and where we need to, or places or areas that we need to improve upon. Now, we know Erik ten Hag loves to dominate the ball, meaning he wants to retain possession a lot. He has said that on so many occasions, right? So let us first look at goals in the Premier League this season. Now, Erling Haaland, we know, won the Golden Boot with 36 goals. Harry Kane had 30 goals. Ivan Toney. But then when you look at down there at 6th, Manchester United, Marcus Rashford had just 17 goals from left wing, which is a decent amount of goals in the Premier League. And then you think about Harry Kane's goals and you're like, if Harry Kane had been the striker at Manchester United, we could be talking about the title this season. When you look at how profligate our strikers have been, missing chances, the expected XG of Manchester United players, and you look at Harry Kane's goals, and you are like, if Harry Kane had these true balls from Bruno Fernandes, because he leads the true ball chart, what will happen? What would have happened this season, right? That is why I think Harry Kane will be good for Manchester United. So Rashford is set with 17 goals. Bruno Fernandes is way down there, 29th with 8 goals, which is a start we need to improve upon if we will be competing for the Premier League next season. And I know Erik ten Hag is looking for a number 9. And now speaking about signings, right? Joao Felix has left Chelsea. And I'm thinking, Erik ten Hag wanted Joao Felix last season. He wanted Joao Felix in January. 1 + 1 is 2, right? If Joao Felix leaves Chelsea, I will be honored and glad to see him at Manchester United, playing as the number 10. Because I've been saying this, if we can get Moses Caicedo or Declan Rice next to Casemiro, and we play Bruno at a 10, 60 minutes, Joao Felix 30, or probably Joao Felix 30 or Joao Felix 60, Bruno 30, rotating them in that position, Manchester United can win a lot next season with a Harry Kane. Now, you know Joao Felix can play as a number 9 and a number 10, the same way Kane does. So I'm looking at Harry Kane as a number 9, Joao Felix as a 10, Moises Caicedo and Casemiro screening behind, Lisandro Martinez, Varane at the back. Whoa, this is a team that can win a lot because you know Caicedo. Now let's talk about stats. Let us continue about stats so that we see where Caicedo rank in tackles, interceptions, and whatever it is. So Marcus Rashford, 17 goals in the Premier League. Next person who was closest was Bruno Fernandes in the 29th position with just 8 goals. We need to improve on this stats next season. Now, let us go to shots. Harry Kane had 130 shots this season. He leads the chart. Mo Salah 125, Haaland 123, Rashford 128, Ivan Toney 94, Odegaard. Bruno is 8th, the next Manchester United player, 8th with 92, and Anthony is the 3rd Manchester United player in 29th position with 72. You know, so these are areas we can improve upon. Harry Kane is leading the chart for 130 shots. So just imagine him at Manchester United in the number 9 position. He will do way better because he will guarantee you at least 20 plus goals a season. That is who Harry Kane is. And I think when he comes to Manchester United, Alan Shearer's record will be broken. And I would love Harry Kane to break that record at Manchester United, man. Winning as the Premier League. Because if Harry Kane is at Manchester United, we sign him. And we get Joao Felix as a number 10. Declan Rice, Caicedo, Fred, McTominay, Donny van de Beek. So, this is a team that can compete easily with Man City. Because Aaron Wan-Bissaka will always be Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He will put in the tackles. I think the only place that we will need a bit of power is the left wing because Anthony has not done enough though, right? He can do more. But then you look at Amad Diallo or maybe Jadon Sancho. Recently, Sancho has been playing on the right wing and he has been doing extremely well. Now, please, if you come on the live, keep tapping the like. Keep tapping on it. Keep tapping, and let us get to more people, okay? Okay, so that was the shots. Now, most passes, and as I said, Erik ten Hag loves to dominate the game, just like Pep Guardiola. It is by no surprise that he likes that because he once worked under Pep Guardiola at Bayern, right? So he will also love what Pep does. He would have looked at Pep Guardiola as his mentor at a certain time. So we want Manchester United players leading this place because if you will need to hold and keep possession, your players need to pass the ball a lot. But unfortunately, Manchester United players, the first Manchester United player is at 26th, which is Bruno Fernandes with 1,855 passes. Now, when you look on top of the log, Lewis Dunk of Brighton has 3,208 passes this season. Rodri, Manchester City. No wonder they keep the ball a lot. Rodri has 2,977 passes this season. Van Dijk is 3rd. Gabriel of Arsenal is 4th. Trent, 5th. Højbjerg, Caicedo, 7th. So imagine if you have Caicedo, it means you've brought a player who can pass the ball a lot, right? Because Bruno Fernandes is the first Manchester United player and he is on 26th in that ranking. Most passes in the Premier League this season, right? Luke Shaw is at 31st position with 1,805 passes, which is not enough. So next season, you bring somebody like Caicedo, it means you've brought passes. If you bring somebody like Harry Kane to the team, you've brought the player that stopped the chart on most shots in the Premier League. A player that scored 30 goals. So it means you've added the stats, and statistics will never lie, right? Aaron Wan-Bissaka is known for his tackles. You see it with your eyes. Joao Paulinho, known for his tackles. If you can't get Declan Rice and Caicedo, you can bring in Paulinho and Caicedo. Paulinho tops the chart in that regard. So let's look at most through balls in the Premier League. And that is where Bruno Fernandes has been sensation this season. Sensational. 35 through balls this season. De Bruyne is next with 28. 7 more than Kevin De Bruyne. And that is what I'm talking about. So if you have a Harry Kane feeding on these through balls from Bruno Fernandes, I said Manchester United would have won this Premier League if we had these players. Harry Kane up front. You see how stats work. So I don't know how the sporting directors at Manchester United, they look for players. You need to watch the player first and look at statistics. Stats never lie. Watch the player like Joao Felix. Look at his take-ons. Put Joao Felix behind Harry Kane. They will interchange. Harry Kane can drop him deep and leave Joao Felix to run off. He can give him the pass. So look at that combination. Look at Rashford. Wow, Joao Felix and Rashford playing 1-2s with Harry Kane, something better. Joao Felix with Casemiro and Caicedo cleaning behind, or Caicedo and Paulinho cleaning behind. Eriksen on the bench. You see, we need to update our bench if we ever compete with City. Because that is why Pep Guardiola can leave De Bruyne out for 5 games. People will be like, what is wrong with De Bruyne? No, he wants the man to miss football a bit. So when he comes back, he gives you the assist and the goals. Then he will leave Foden for like 5 games. Then people will be complaining, why is Foden not playing? He can leave out Mahrez for 6 games. That is man management. So you need more quality to be able to implement these things. And a new ownership at Manchester United, ambitious owners. I can see Manchester United going for Declan Rice, Caicedo, Paulinho, all in one summer. Get Harry Kane, Joao Felix. Get Emiliano Martinez as a goalkeeper, competing for the number 1 spot against De Gea. And this is a team, or Yassine Bono of Sevilla. Then you look at this team, you are like, come on, Man City, bring the title on. Because now you know how solid the midfield will be. You know how potent the strike will be. And you know that you have 2 World Cup winners in the defensive line. And if you have Emiliano Martinez as your goalkeeper, it means the back 4 will be made out of, back 5 will be made out of 3 World Cup winners. Emiliano Martinez, the Aston Villa goalkeeper, then Lisandro Martinez and Varane. Then you can have a Kim Min-jae as a backup with Victor Lindelof. Then you are looking at the title. So we need more ambitious owners. Bruno Fernandes leads the true balls. Bruno Fernandes, 35 true balls. De Bruyne, 28. Trent, 26. Bruno Guimaraes, 25. Martin Odegaard, 23. Harry Kane, the same striker, playing 20 true balls. So you see, we know what Kane can do in the Premier League. And I don't care if he is 150 million. If Harry Kane wins Manchester United the Premier League trophy, we will look back at however he cost and be like, that was a bargain. Because the more we go without winning the Premier League, the more I keep remembering how I kept mocking Liverpool for going 30 years without a Premier League trophy. So let us get Harry Kane in and get him in now. I don't care how much he costs. What we need is, we need the next 5 years of Harry Kane to be bang, 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 bang. And when he is getting on Bruno Fernandes' 35 true balls, he is giving Joao Felix or Marcus Rashford his 20 true balls. This is a team that will win the Premier League. Right? Because we kept the most clean sheets. Manchester United kept the most clean sheets. And Sir Alex Ferguson once said that attack wins you games, but a good defense will win you the titles and trophies. And if this Manchester United defense had Harry Kane this season, we would have won the Premier League. Simple. Because look at what Wout Weghorst did in the game against Fulham. Wout Weghorst. I thought he would just have this goal for himself, man. But unfortunately, Weghorst, I don't know, man. Okay, so the next Manchester United player on the list of true balls, Bruno has 35, he's leading. It's Casemiro with 12. Eriksen has 9 in the Premier League. We need more, right? Harry Kane as the number 9 has 20. And if you look at Eriksen as the number 8, 9 true balls. You see, so that is why I think we need Kane a lot. Now, the most crosses in the Premier League. I don't know whether you've noticed, but I have this season in particular, I have been pissed with Tyrone Malacia and Diogo Dalot a lot because they don't put enough crosses in the box. They don't put in enough crosses. It is Luke Shaw that puts in crosses, and you could see the game against Leeds, for instance, when he had the ball, he put in a cross, and Marcus Rashford was on it. We need more goals like that. We had Valdvegas, a 6'7" player, but then we never crossed the ball. And look at the people or the players that top this stat. Most crosses in the Premier League. Trippier, Trent, Michael Olise, James Ward-Prowse, De Bruyne, Pascal Gross, Andres Pereira, Perisic, Robertson, Charlie McNeil. Not Charlie McNeil, Dwight McNeil of Everton. Now, Bruno Fernandes is the first Manchester United player in 19th position with 140 crosses. Luke Shaw is the next with 89, right? And you look at Trippier, who has 393 crosses into the box. This is you giving the strikers something to feed on. Go on, this is your job. I am putting the ball there for you to do your job. But then Manchester United this season, that is a start we need to work upon. Because if we have a Kane, sometimes you need to put the ball in. He is as good as he is with his legs, his head, everything. Harry Kane is Harry Kane. So this is a start we need to work upon next season. And as I said, Bruno Fernandes, who is the Manchester United with the most crosses in 19th place. Come on. Trent is second. Michael Olise is third. Ward-Prowse. You see, we need more. We need more from these stats next season. Now, please, if you come on the live, please keep tapping on the like. Keep tapping on it. Let us get to a wider audience, okay? Keep tapping. Tap it, mommy. Like this. Choco, 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 choco. Okay, tackles. Let us go to tackles. Now, Joao Paulinho, I've been saying this for almost since January, that I want Joao Paulinho at Manchester United. When I look at Paulinho, Casemiro, they will sweep everything in front. Everything that will break from the attack, they will sweep it up. So it will make Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane comfortable always. If you have Caicedo and you have Paulinho playing as a 6 and 8, they will mob everything up, right? So tackles, most tackles in the Premier League, Paulinho has 147 tackles, successful tackles this season. Moises Caicedo has 100, second on the list. Idrissa Gana Gueye has 97. Tyler Adams of Southampton, a relegated team, 98, 89. Now that is where Casemiro comes in around 6th place, also with 89 successful tackles. So imagine having Casemiro and Caicedo together. That is what I'm saying. They will mop up everything that will be loose from the attack. And we can pin teams in like what City can do, right? If you have Declan Rice and Caicedo, similar. They can pin teams in. Because if the ball breaks, they will mop it up. They are the anchors and the janitors of football. As a coach, that is how I see football, and I think most Manchester United fans are learned enough to also know what I'm saying. Now, the Manchester United player on the most tackles is Bruno Fernandes, and he is at 20. The next player, 27th position with 68 tackles after Casemiro with 89. So it means Eriksen doesn't tackle a lot, right? So sometimes we need something different. Like when we went to Anfield, for instance. Imagine going to Anfield, playing Casemiro, Declan Rice, and Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. Harry Kane, Rashford, and Anthony. if Declan Rice or Casemiro around the 70th minute, you bring in Caicedo. Look at this. We won't get any more drubbing in away matches anymore because you can play more expansively. Probably play Caicedo and Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes in a home match. But then when you are going to the Anfield, when you are going to the Etihad, when you are going to the Emirates, sometimes you need to shore up. Jose Mourinho will say, you park the bus, but then leave the winners up front to do their thing. When you get the ball, give it to the attackers. Because you know Harry Kane will give you at least 20 Premier League goals. You know Marcus Rashford just gave you 17, 30 goals in a season. He can add a few more in the FA Cup final, right? So you look at these stats, you bring players in that will fit. I don't know what the sporting directors do at Manchester United. So that is it. That I will end the show in a bit. I've spoken about so many things. I've spoken about Ghana. I've spoken about Africa. I've spoken about Manchester United. We've spoken about stats. Let me leave you with love. Let me leave you with power. Let me leave you with abundance in your life. A day at a time, man. We will achieve whatever dream we have set our minds to. Whatever you put your mind to a lot and work on it 24/7, you are going to achieve it. And that is nature in a nutshell. We just need to know the principles of success. And if we follow them, like how you follow the law of gravity and other laws, success will come to your doorstep. I once watched an Indian movie, Three Idiots, and I picked a quote in it. They said, follow excellence and success will come chasing you with its pants down. My name is Poku-Hitzfield. It's been a pleasure having you. Catch you on Friday. Please come on Friday. Let us talk about the topic on Friday, on Uncensored Friday, is the black man, his story and my story. History, and now we need to tell our own history. We need to let our own children know who we are. We need to take what belongs to us back. Otherwise, we will keep traveling to a place where we can be nothing but cleaners, security guards. When we own the natural resources, they are using them. No, we won't sell our natural resources anymore. That is why the kingdom of Africa is upon us. And we have the biggest human resource in the world. Think about it. Why do we need to sell our cocoa beans if we have the biggest human resource in the world? If we build the biggest chocolate factory in the world between Ivory Coast and Ghana, do you know the problem we have solved? Why should a 60 billion or 600 billion industry, Ghana should get just 2% of that 600 billion when we provide you with the natural resources you need? It is common sense. It is common sense. I've been told I need to cut it down, man. It's been a pleasure having you on. Catch me, be here on Uncensored Friday. Okay, Shaka. Oh, Shaka, if you're Muslim, I want more Muslim friends, man. Good, brother, right, brother? So whatever I'm saying is the truth, right? Thank you, Shaka, for sending that message. Let me see whether I can read a few more messages, and let me end the show. Okay. Citrus Omega says, let's talk Manchester United transfers. Manchester United transfers. Okay, I think he posted that when I was talking about Africa or something, man. But then, we need more signings. I think Mason Mount can do the Joao Felix role as well. But Mason Mount will come with more pedigree. He's a Champions League winner. He's an European Cup winner, multiple, won the Super Cup. So I look at Mason Mount or Joao Felix. If we can get Mason Mount in the number 10 position, I think he will do something similar like Joao Felix or Eberechi Eze in the number 10. If I am the sporting director of Manchester United, Because I look at Ten Hag and it's like I know what Ten Hag wants, man. I'll get him the players that will fit, man. Sporting director, the ordained crown prince of Ghana, sporting director for Manchester United. Vote for me now, please. I would have worked hand in hand with Eric Ten Hag. Or should I apply for that post? But that would mean I need to leave Ghana, right? But my forefathers have told me not to leave this continent for some time. I need to accomplish certain things first. And I don't want to be disobedient. I don't know what will happen to me if I leave Africa, man. But I can be working. It will be a good prospect, a nice prospect though, man. Working for Manchester United in a capacity. Taking responsibility, right? Sometimes if you talk about people a lot, you need to take it and show them you can do it, right? Because I can do a better job as a sporting director than the current sporting director. Because I knew we needed to sign Caicedo. I knew we needed to sign Fabinho a long time ago. We were watching football enough to know that Dumfries will be good and will be, but then we bought other players. So it's been a pleasure having you. I was playing Chatis. Osekrom Sikeni has brought up with a new track, and I heard it, and I was like, let me play it on the show. I'll end the show with that track. Osekrom Sikeni. I love my Ashanti boys and I love Africans. I love everybody. Like, why should I hate you? I am the ordained crown prince. You are Osekrom Sikeni. You are my brother. I don't see why I should feel I am above anybody in Ghana. I don't see why I should feel I should be treated different, right? That has always been me. So let's go. Go. Friday, on Sunset Friday, join me live.